Hello everyone, this is Jason with JLO Cycling, and today I'm bringing the Allty 1200U underneath mount headlight. These new products just arrived here right in time for the night riding season. I'm excited to test these lights out. I'm going to open these up, show you what comes inside, test them out, and then let you know if these should be your next lights from Magicshine. Let's go. We got this nicely sealed up box from Magicshine, and let's pull this tab and open it up. So we got a few new products here from Magicshine. We have the See Me 50 Smart Tail Light. We have the See Me 50 Mag, and we have the Allty 1200U. This one looks like it got beat up a little in shipping. We have the user's manual, the Magicshine App operating manual, which I have shown in my review of the See Me DV. We have the underneath mount lamp. We have the remote. Ooh, smaller than previous ones, like that. Let's see, how do we open this up? And inside here we have the out front mount. We have some spacers. Got a rubber ring. We have a GoPro attaching system. This is metal. It's pretty solid. A replacement quarter turn mount. And inside we have a USB-C to USB-A cable. This one's a little bit longer than the other ones. And these are spacers for the mount, depending on your bar diameter. So here we have the remote and this rubber ring for attaching the remote. This is pretty nice. I think previous versions have used Velcro or a single ring. Now it has a little tab to help install it. Check out this port here. It is a USB-C port. Nice and thick, so when you close it, it'll give it a nice seal. So it should be good for any weather conditions. This should have a nice cutoff line so you can see the shape of that lens so you won't blind people in front of you. And I do like how it has this undermount style, a little bit more sleek when it's mounted onto the bike. Like the other lights, this one comes in lockout mode. As you can see, it's blinking red, so you'll push and hold that for 3 seconds to get it out of unlock mode, and you can see it turns green. That is also the battery indicator, which is green, so it has a full battery. Press and hold for a second and it turns on. Press and click through. If you double click, it speeds through. Press and hold for 3 seconds. Press and hold for a second to shut it off. And with that, let's throw these on the scale and see how much they weigh. Now for the Allty 1200U headlight, and the GoPro adapter is 27.6 grams. And the headlight alone is 165.1 grams. Together with the GoPro adapter, you are 192.6 grams. So it's not a super heavy light. Most of the weight is going to be in your battery. So if you want a long run life, you're going to need a heavier battery. That's just the way it goes with lights. Usually if you're having a light, you're not too worried about weight anyways. And then I'll just throw on the out front mount. Depending on your bar thickness, So this is going to be the lightest weight setup. using the bolt and nut provided. And we'll throw that on real quick here. And you're looking at 48.5 grams. As I mentioned before, the Allty 1200U comes with a remote controller. When you get the controller, it is in lockout mode like all the other lights. You can see that if you press the button, it blinks red. So you press and hold it for 5 seconds to lock it or unlock it. So we'll do that now. And then it blinks green when it's unlocked. So any Magicshine light with this FTR Lightsync can be synced to a single controller. So one controller will control 2 different lights. Controller in pairing mode. So to do that, you press and hold both buttons until it turns blue. It's about 5 seconds. And there you go, 5. It's blinking blue, and then we're gonna put it close to the light. And now they're all blinking blue. That means they're all paired. So now with the press of the power button for 1 second, it turns on both lights at once. And scroll through different light modes by pressing the different buttons. And powers off. So now that's a pretty cool feature. One button and it turns on both of your lights. And this one comes with an out front mount. I'm not really going to go over this too much. It does have a Garmin quarter turn and a GoPro connection underneath. And also it does have the different spacers depending on your bar diameter. Really quick on the GoPro mount connector. This comes with a all metal GoPro adapter. It's kind of nice that they made it out of all metal. I think this metal option will be a lot more durable. On the side here is a quick release button. So once it's locked in, you push the button and it releases it and you can disengage the light from the mount. So you just mount this for a sleek, less intrusive look when you don't need the light, and then you can just quickly add the light. The nice thing about this too, this quick release connection, you can take it off whenever you get to your stop and take it with you and just leave this mount on your bike. So this has quite a few features on it. It has this kind of flat top cut sharp line for anti-glare, so you're not really just spreading the light up and blinding people as you ride. So this is definitely more of a road style riding bike light. This has a 4200 milliamp hour battery. It has a max runtime of 12 hours on the lowest setting. It has 8,470 candela. It has a beam distance of 184 meters, and also it uses a USB-C port to charge. This light has a water resistance rating of IPX7, so that's pretty good. Though it's not submersible, but you can put it under some pretty intense rain and it'll be fine. So there's 2 different main modes. There's a constant mode and a flash mode. You have low, medium, high, and then night flash and day flash. So we'll go through those really quick. Turn it on, hold it for a second. So you have the low mode, which is 300 lumens, and you get about 12 hours of runtime. You have the medium mode, which is 600 lumens, and you get 4.8 hours of runtime. And then the high mode, which is 1200 lumens and about 2 hours of runtime. And then to switch over to the flash mode, you double click, and then you have night flash that's 300 to 1200 lumens and you get 6.7 hours of runtime. And then you have a day flash, which is 0 to 1200 lumens and you get about 11.5 hours of runtime. So to use the remote to get into flash mode, you double click the square button and then it goes into flash mode, and you just press any button to get out of flash mode. So you press the square button once and it automatically goes to the brightest setting. The round button will scroll through the different light modes. So another cool feature about all of these lights is they have memory. So whatever the last setting was that you had on when you last used the light, it automatically goes back to that setting. Go to the flash mode, turn it off, it goes back to the flash mode. And then the last thing we'll go over really quick is the Magicshine app to control the light. So just download the Magicshine app from the store. It's available on iOS and Android. Just search Magicshine and it'll come up. and you want to add a new device. And I'll add the Allty U. Nice. And there you can see, you can adjust the brightness, change to flash mode, do a SOS pattern, do a custom pattern. You can also set custom light settings. You can also check the battery life and the temperature. So if you use the app, you can adjust the brightness from 1% to 100% and anywhere in between in 1% increments. So you can see at the top of the app, it shows that the temperature of the light is 36 degrees C and the battery life is high. So if you forget your remote, just turn on your app and then you can control the light with whatever brightness you want. So as with all of these Magicshine lights, the battery life indicator is on the button. You just click it once and you'll see it is solid green. So that means it is between 100 and 21%. When it drops below that 21%, it'll be solid red instead of green. And then when it drops below 10%, it'll be flashing red. I think this solid green indicator is too large of a gap. It should be between maybe 150% solid green, then goes to flashing green 50 to 21% or 25%. I feel like, you know, that is something that they could update with the firmware. They haven't done so yet, but maybe we'll see something like that in the future. So now we'll install the Allty 1200U underneath mount light. As I mentioned before, it does come with an out front mount. I'm not going to be using it. I have this mount on my indoor setup and it's just easier to install this to show how to install it. And it does come with an extra bolt and Allen keys to install the GoPro adapter for the mount, but I'm just going to be using this thumb screw. So when you install this, make sure you have this opening pointing forward and slide it into your GoPro mount. You can see the notch where the mount keeps this locked in and it prevents it from sliding out while riding. And then to release the light, you press the quick release button, slide forward, and then it comes off. So now that we've gone over the specs for these lights, showed you some of the features, let's take these out on the road, see how well they perform. Let's go. The Allty 1200U is another solid light from Magicshine. I love how the entire body is made of aluminum, so it's going to be very solid. This grooved mount is also made of aluminum, and also the GoPro adapter is made of aluminum. So you have a really solid light here that's going to be very durable. I like how they are using USB-C ports for all their lights, which is pretty much the standard on most devices now. This light does have anti-glare Gen 2, where if you look at the glass, there's sort of a cutoff line to keep the glare of the light from shining way up and not blinding people coming towards you. This doesn't have a real sharp cutoff line. I'll show a few pictures here and a little comparison. It doesn't have as sharp of a cutoff line as the Evo 1700. This light has more of a hot spot kind of in the middle of the light, and the rest of the light kind of diffuses off to the side. There's no real beam shape to the light, but the beam of light is pretty compact in an area. So if you see in the video, as you're making a sharp turn, you can't really see around the corner until you've made that turn. Also, with the GoPro mount, it is fixed. This body is fixed too, so you can't rotate the light at all. The light is going to be shining directly forward, which is a good thing, but if you want to adjust the light a little, if your mount is slightly twisted, you can't really adjust for that. So it is what it is once you mount it onto your GoPro mount. The light is really bright when it's in 1200 lumen mode, and you can see really well with it. It does make a really good light for road biking. Probably wouldn't use this light alone if I was doing off-roading. I would want a secondary light on my helmet or a second light on the bars in conjunction with this light. But for commuting or road biking, this makes a very good light if you're using it by itself. This light is a little bit more affordable than, say, the Evo 1700. And if you do not need a very bright light, say you're commuting in the city where there's a lot of street lights, you don't necessarily need a super bright light. So this makes a very good light for that. With the other brightness settings, you can commute on this for a few days and still have plenty of battery left over. So earlier I talked about the app, and with the app, you can set up to 20 custom presets. If you do start setting up some custom presets, it overrides the default settings of low, medium, and high, and you start flipping through the lights, it's not gonna go through the original low, medium, and high modes. I don't find creating custom presets too useful. I think the low, medium, and high modes are just fine with the 2 additional blinking modes. But if you really want to go in and create a custom preset, then you can have that option. And there you have my review of the Allty 1200 underneath mount headlight. All these lights were provided by Magicshine for me to test and review. If you found this video useful, click the like button. And if you want to see more videos like these, make sure you subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell button so you can be notified every time I upload more videos. Also, if you want to see the full write-up of these products, go to my website, jlocycling.com, for a full review there. Check out my Instagram and Facebook pages to follow me on my adventures. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you out on the road.